Can ETH reach a price of 10k, 20k, 30k, or even 50k in this bull run? I mean, this is a question that everyone is wondering, if their investment can 10x or 20x. I'd really like to thank Aave for sponsoring this video, but more about them later on. Is it too late to buy ETH at the current prices? At the moment, ETH is sitting at $1,700. Now, in my opinion, you're not too late, especially because there are very strong fundamentals backing the Ethereum blockchain project, as well as the current price. However, you're not super early. I mean, I've been talking about Ethereum blockchain since early 2019. I made a lot of videos end of 2019 where the price was around $120, $150. So hats off to you if you managed to snag up some super cheap ETH back then. You're probably already now at a 10x on your investment, which is fantastic. So if you're thinking about buying ETH now, you're not too late, but you're not super early. My name is Kieran and I'm a data analyst that's been in the cryptocurrency space since 5 years. I've experienced ups and downs, massive portfolio increases, as well as portfolio vanishing in front of my eyes. In February, I'll be giving away 4 Ledger Nano S's, and they'll be in a different video. So in this video, I'll be giving away 1 Ledger Nano S. What you're gonna need to do is make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification, click the like button, and add a comment telling what you believe your price prediction is for ETH in 2021. Yeah, definitely make sure that you hit the price. Definitely make sure that you hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on the other 3 Ledger Nano S giveaways, which will be also announced in one of the videos that I'll be releasing shortly. What I'd like to share with you now is super important. Now, you might have already heard about the DeFi space, and it's definitely not a fad. Now, there are tons of projects that are being built on the Ethereum blockchain. The Ethereum blockchain is this solid foundation where the DeFi space can thrive. Now, the DeFi space is probably also going to thrive in the future on other blockchains, but at the moment, 95–98% of the DeFi space is on the Ethereum blockchain. So if we're now on CoinGecko, you can actually look at the top 50 projects on CoinGecko, and many of them are running on the Ethereum blockchain. And what that means is that for those projects to run, people will have to have a wallet and have to have Ether in the wallet in order to interact with smart contracts. So Ether is definitely not only a form of money. It's a utility token that allows you to, or users, to tap into a decentralized financial system, do a lot more with your money than just keeping it on a bank account or in a store of value, as you would do maybe with Bitcoin. So if we scroll down and look at every different project, we've got Bitcoin. Now the Ethereum blockchain is at the 2nd position. Then we go down until we find the first project that is built on top of the Ethereum blockchain. So if we scroll down, we find in the top 10 Chainlink. Chainlink, very popular data oracle, bringing off-chain data on-chain, and it's sitting at position number 9, $25, and the current market cap is $10 billion. So it's already at position 9. So if we scroll even down lower, we find USDC, which is also an ERC20 token. So ERC20 token is basically the tokens that are on the Ethereum blockchain. So most projects that are on the Ethereum blockchain have an ERC20 token. There are other token protocols, but most of them are ERC20 tokens. So you've got USD coin, which is a stable coin. You've got Aave, lending and borrowing protocol. This is at position 14. And you've got Uniswap, position 15. Wrapped Bitcoin. Bitcoin stored on the Ethereum blockchain in the form of an ERC20 token that is backed one by Bitcoin. So even Bitcoin is on the Ethereum blockchain, and this has at the moment a market cap of 4 billion. You go scroll even lower, you've got Synthetix Network. So there are tons of projects currently running on the Ethereum blockchain. My idea of what's going to happen in the next, let's say 2 to 5 years, is that the top 10 coins are going to look completely different as they are looking today. I don't believe that Bitcoin is going to be number one. Since Bitcoin is only a store of value. I mean, a store of value is fantastic, but there's an analogy that I really like to talk about, and that is Bitcoin is very comparable to gold, and it's like the gold in the banks, and Ethereum is not only the banks, but the whole ecosystem, the insurances, the institution, the banks, the marketplaces, everything around. And Ethereum basically lays a foundation for a marketplace for basically everything and anything. At the moment, the current total value locked on the Ethereum blockchain in smart contracts is $42 billion. And this amount is going to increase as well. The more that is locked in the DeFi space, less circulating supply with increasing demand, you're going to have a supply shock and a demand shock, which definitely means that the price is going to increase. So these are some very strong fundamentals. Now you've also got the Ethereum 2.0 blockchain. The update phase 0 happened in December 2020, and people now can actually lock up their ETH on the Ethereum 2.0 blockchain and secure the Ethereum 2.0 blockchain. So this is an ongoing update. The phase 1 should happen like November, December 2021, and the phase 2 should happen sometime next year. So to quickly recap that, ETH is very similar to an index, basically of the DeFi space. If the DeFi space performs really well, then basically the price of ETH has to go up because it serves as a utility fuel for the DeFi space. Before we continue with the price predictions, let me talk to you about the sponsor of this video, Aave. The money in your bank or under your mattress loses in value. That's why you need to meet Aave. Aave is like your bank in the DeFi space, where you can earn high interest rates by lending your crypto in a permissionless savings account. At the moment, I'm earning 5.6% on my funds on the Aave platform. It's super easy to use. With an Ethereum wallet and just a few clicks, you can start earning high interest rates on many different cryptocurrencies. Try out the Aave platform by clicking on the link in the description below and start making your money work for you. You can see it here. I mean, very often the estimation is having a all-time high of a bull cycle that is 10x the previous all-time high, and that would place the ETH price during this bull cycle at least at 14,000 US dollars. So I think what is also super important is to compare the ETH price to the BTC with the ETH BTC ratio. And I did mention this in one of my previous videos. The ETH BTC price actually broke out of downwards resistance. What this actually means is that ETH will actually be gaining in value compared to Bitcoin. In other words, it makes more sense at the moment to hold ETH than to hold Bitcoin. And I believe that during this cycle that ETH will gain a lot more value compared to Bitcoin and will definitely reach these levels. The next resistance will be at 0.08, and then afterwards the all-time high in terms of ETH BTC valuation will be 0.12. But I wouldn't be surprised if ETH actually flips BTC, maybe not in this cycle, but possibly in the next 2 to 3 years, since the Ethereum blockchain can actually offer a lot more use cases than Bitcoin can. I mean, holding Bitcoin, you only actually increase your wealth because the price goes up. But on the Ethereum blockchain, you've got a lot more options. You can start trading using decentralized exchanges. You can buy some new ICO tokens. You could lock up your tokens in liquidity pools. You can lock up your tokens on liquidity providers and earn high yield. So you've got many different opportunities to earn some money on the Ethereum blockchain, and that is just not possible by just holding Bitcoin. And that's why I believe that the Ethereum blockchain and the ETH price will actually flip Bitcoin, not necessarily in terms of ETH price, but in terms of market cap. Another really bullish signal that shows that we're going to go for a next leg up for the ETH price is bullish MACD cross, which happened actually on the 3rd of February 2021. I've got the daily time frame open for ETH USD. And yeah, I believe that this is actually a very bullish signal that now we're going to actually be pushing towards the $2,000 level, which is a very strong psychological level because people like round numbers. So if you're planning on selling at $2,000 level, maybe put your sell order a little bit lower than $2,000, maybe $1,999 or something like that. I really like to use a trend-based fib extension tool. I knew a bunch of buzzwords, but basically what it helps me do is find the next resistance levels in unexplored territory. Since we already passed the previous all-time high, we're in price discovery modus, not really knowing where the next resistance is going to be. So this price analysis is for the short-term future, not for long-term. So I think this is going to be pretty interesting. These lines show, these lines paint a pretty high probability that the price is going to reach those levels and bounce off of those, because what very often happens is that the price is not just going to shoot straight up, it goes in cycles. So you're going to have a move up and a little bit down, and then a move up and a little bit down, and a move up and a little bit down, in the same way, and it continues. And that's for those that want to take some profit to exit the market, those that want to get back into the market to enter the market. It's how the markets work. So we just touched a fib extension at nearly $1,790, and that's a fib extension of 1.272, and it just it touched nearly perfectly. And that's how beautiful the nature of the Fibonacci rule is. The next extension that it should touch is 1.618, which is actually a very strong probability that we'll be touching this at the end of February. So that would place us at $2,283 at the end of February. And I think this is a pretty good price estimation. Then the next level would be 2.618, which is also pretty high probability, and that's a very strong jump up from the 1.618 to the 2.618. So this is going to be a massive price increase should we reach this level. Not really sure if we're going to manage to reach that in February, but in the next 6 months this is definitely possible. So that would place us at $3,594. So definitely super exciting. I'm really looking forward to how 2021 develops in terms of price action for ETH. Not only that, I mean, also all the fantastic projects that are being developed. It's super exciting. There's, in my opinion, not a more exciting time to be alive. So I found another price prediction model, which is based on past price performance. This is pretty interesting. However, it is quite conservative. So don't be shocked. In my opinion, these prices and price prediction is pretty low. So here, this price model estimates an ETH price of $2,946 at the highest, end of February 2021. So very close to what I had. So me, it was for $2,200. Then in March, between $2,086 and $3,421. Let's skip a few months ahead, and this is going to be here super interesting. June, $4,000 to $5,000. So that's definitely super exciting. I would definitely be taking a small bit of profit at the $5,000 level. Then afterwards, at the end of the year, we'll be topping out at $5,959 at the lowest to $7,160, and I'll definitely be taking some profit at those levels as well. As I've mentioned in my how to take profit video, definitely watch that. I know I'm shilling that video, but it's super important because I want you to make the most money possible in this bull run and not exit the bull run with 90% losses because you never sold. And that's what happened to 90% of the investors that invested in 2017. Now, if we look at 2022, in my opinion, these estimations here are definitely still low. because it's not factoring in a lot of the fundamentals. This is based on past price performance and exponential growth that ETH has experienced. So here in April, we would actually have a pretty crazy growth between $7,564 and $9,388. So nearly topping out and reaching this $10,000 level. Incredible. I won't go into the 2023-24 since, yeah, those numbers, it is based on historical price increase and not the fundamentals. And that's a bit unfortunate, and that's why, in my opinion, those estimations are pretty low and not really worth covering. It's super important to follow what smart money is doing, and in the past week since reopening the ETH Trust, Grayscale added 104,990 ETH worth $180 million. So to everyone that is asking, should I buy ETH now at the price of $1,700? It's too high. Well, Grayscale just bought 104,990 ETH, and if you don't be careful, well, the institutions will gobble up all of the ETH, leaving you with a price of 2K, 3K, 5K. I mean, in the end, it's your decision if you buy. I think it's always important to understand the fundamentals. If you understand those, then in my opinion, $1,700 is a pretty cheap price. Don't really try and time the market. And I remember in 2017, when I was thinking about buying some more Bitcoin, I think the price was around $800. And I was like thinking, all right, is now the good time to buy? I mean, $800 is pretty pricey. I remember buying it at $250. And lo and behold, a week afterwards, the price was already at $1,000. And I was like, yeah, now I can't buy, I mean, $1,000. Before it was at $800. I can't buy it now. And then the price increased, 1,200, 1,400, 5,500, and I bit the bullet and bought at 1,800. I bought quite a lot of Bitcoin at the time. I was pretty happy about that, but I could have even bought more had I just bought instead of trying to time the market. In my opinion, dollar cost average, invest what you're willing to lose. I mean, even if you lose it, just don't go into debt buying some cryptocurrencies. Yeah, think long term. Buy and hold, dollar cost average should the price drop. That's basically my advice to you. So I'd really like to talk about this last price prediction. I think this is really cool. And this is by a guy named Christopher White. And he's actually showing us the Ethereum price model using total daily fees. And basically what he does is he maps out different phases. So he's modeling the 4 phases, 5x scenario as a conservative measure against actual price, a model that resembles plan B stock to flow, and it's based on the Ethereum daily transaction fees. So the phase 1 and phase 2 actually puts ETH at $10. Phase 3, which we were actually in most of 2020, actually 2017 to 2020, was phase 3. And we're slowly breaking out of phase 3 and entering into phase 4, which would top out at $10,000. And this is based on the amount of daily transaction fees, and also in combination with the Ethereum 2.0 launch, phase 1, phase 2, and so on. So if we look at the current price predictions that he's got, here we've got here there's this phase 1. At the moment we're still in phase 3. This was made a few weeks ago. I believe it was on the 31st of December 2020, and there the price was $1,380. So I think this price here is still pretty low. We're actually at $1,700 and the model price is $1,600. So we actually beat the model price. Phase 4 5x would actually place us at $8,880. Phase 4 10x is at $18,575, which is a bit more than a $2 trillion market cap. And then phase 4 20x is $38,858. And this is actually super realistic because it's based on the transaction fees on the Ethereum blockchain. The more users that use the Ethereum blockchain, the more transaction fees will happen. I mean, it's basically set into stone that these prices should be achieved. Now, of course, it doesn't really mean that's going to happen in the next 2 years. These prices, especially phase for 20x. I believe this will probably only happen in something like 5 years time. So 5 years time, that's my estimation. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye bye.